can testify. After 400 years in slavery, God brought them hey, to the promised land. That's so. Hey, Liberia can testify. Yeah. After 14 years, I say nothing is too hard. Nothing is too hard. Yeah, nothing is too hard. Ooh, for Jehovah, you know nothing is too hard. Mama, Jehovah, if you make yourself available, so I say nothing is too hard for your way. I say nothing is too hard. Yeah, it's too hard. Hallelujah. Are you serious? Hey, my God. Come on. You may be homeless, no food on your table. You may lose your job, starvation is your portion. I want you to know that God will provide for you. You will get it at the
savez pas, this is Allison Beats.
Mais ça va de voir mais il va donc donner au cœur. Mais il va se lever. Il doit dire on y est. Il a laissé rêver sur le douane. Mande à voir de voir on doit au pas single. D'agua donc donner au cœur. Mais il vient de face au langa. Mais il met de rançon tolo. I see my dear man. Yo para wanda yama wasise. Katu apie kayangaline. Sore di da blugana wan. Abla kanu andi asompieke. Menga papa logule. Papa papa logule. To ako wa mesakune to ako wa beneka ko ba ona lawe para fa ko na wo dani we do lo gela kali e we ga Gapraga Gradu Ayalinga, like a Bangaga Kira Yabu. Like Bacagapre, Gabradu Ayalinga, I'm more good all looking at Pay. The one I buy see when you talk a woman, you said not trouble to go away. From the married morning that phone. From the married morning that phone. Sageleke Kawano, Sageleke Kawano. Sing what we will. Palaloge, Malepos, Yako, better yoga, the one I got. Jinda Patoga, we were looking you and Yana. Tabako Wata, no, I look now and Yana. For my pilot is our Ponga. You get my sailor, this our letty so I can have a go. Make a papa log with her. Cabon Pora, go Paro with her. What with it to Wako Messago? Go a Beneca. Go about one lave. Gola faga gono nabo. Tari wenda la kela kadia. Dai baga braga grailu ayalinga. Waye. Seke se plan paga bena ya. So don't know you like Baba. Follow that bread, like a process, Pumaya. Who go to a gote, Mera? They get say Papa Camela, man, I said you to run. Man, I said you to run. So I put it there, Money bag, for my pilot, let's away, Punkane. My seal, let's let it away. Yes, Jimmy, come here. Cabeda. Gonna start a car, kayak back. Go watch out. Make a papa log with it. Got Pola, go Palo with it. Go Palo with it. To Aqua Messacone. Go Messacone, go Beneca. Say, say, Blampa Camela, so I put a dice. So I put a dice. See my color talk about. No, I can't run. Is that it? Is the one? Mabo Eagle, God bless you. Gotta go back on. So I put a dice.
You know, did you hear Monserrato Senator, how do you call it, woman? Florence Brandy, is that her name?
Superintendent.
Superintendent. Call I think there was a program somewhere. Senator Joseph was presenting something. She said, "You are the only senator in Monserrato." I repeat, you are the only. Did you hear that? How did you feel?
No, I don't feel bad.
Okay.
Florence is the superintendent of Monserrato County. She's a CDCN. She has gone against the code of conduct to a senatorial debate with Thomas Fowler and I to ask me questions as a CDCN. Florence then know that I don't participate in the thievery of the county development money. Since I became senator, this county caucus with Florence Brady and Thomas Fowler them will only meet doing county meet and take money, say they're going to do district mobilization. I don't participate in those nonsense, and they know that. But when the president was doing Monserrato County tour, the program for Monserrato County had me there, Senator. I don't need Florence recognition. It only says the kind of government we are running. When the superintendent said only one senator in the county, because they can gang up and eat the county money, China Union money, no hay, no tay. They took overdraft for county meet, and they took 6,000, 5,000 each to go do county mobilization for the people to go on the field. And I told them I was not going to participate in those nonsense. So, of course, if it comes to that, then the county has one senator. In CDC here, this county has one senator, and in CDC here, this country has a CDC president. All of them think the same way, and that's the same reason why Morovia is Miami now.
Okay, let's move on. I just wanted to I wanted to get your response to that. As we move on, I can only plead that, you know, I know sometimes, some point in time, it looks very shaky and you want to talk tough, but you know, in as much as I will let you talk tough, choice of words, Senator Abeki. Let's go. I'm sitting down here carefully.
If something is nonsense and I can say nonsense, let's call it interview
Senator,
already.
You know what? You know.
Yeah,
you
let's call it off already.
If
something is nonsense and I can say it is nonsense, when the superintendent of the county say only one senator in the county, it is pure nonsense. If I can say it is nonsense, then let's call it interview off already.
Senator DeLong, will you please calm down?
No, I'm not up.
I'm not up.
When the superintendent says nonsense, Senator, it is nonsense.
Senator
if the word nonsense can go on your microphone, Senator, and when somebody does nonsense, let's call the interview off.
Senator DeLong.
Yeah.
When you are invited to these kinds of shows, in as much as, say for example, let's assume without admitting that what you're saying, the choice of word, sometimes we look at plenty things. We look at our.
What is big in saying something is nonsense?
Senator, calm down.
No,
let me just bring you up to speed.
We always have an issue with anything on your microphone. Yeah, what a big thing in saying nonsense when something is nonsense.
And Senator, you know, I brought you here to provide particular education on it, but you always do this. And when I say let's quiet.
No, but you always everybody time say nonsense to something, then you say trust or what?
Senator, please calm.
When you ask me a question and somebody does nonsense, I will say nonsense.
It's not about Senator Darius DeLong alone. If I invited anybody, not even a senator,
so
your mark is off.
Okay,
yeah, I mean, if you can walk on, no problem. Thank you. It was good. It was good having you. You can go. It's better you go, Senator DeLong.
All the boyo business in Liberia that have men business, that because they go to medicine man and they won't be
I'm not running for president in 2023. I'm not running for vice president as far as I know. I'm not running for senator in 2023. I'm not running for member of the House of Representatives in 2023. I'm not running for chairman of a party. I'm not running for any position in the hierarchy of any political party. So I consider myself not harmful to anybody who is seeking these offices. So Farina,
all the boyo business in Liberia that have men business, that because they go to medicine man and they say I want to be minister, medicine man, they bring me him up in heart. I want to win the election and be representative so I can get my own 30,000. Bring me him up in labor. I want to be senator. Bring me him up in kidney.
Farina, I call you 3 times, Farina. Farina.
You see the way the Liberian people are? When you devil, you supporting the other side, you devil. The day you join me, you in your. That the hypocrisy of the masses. Me, I'm not part of that one there. If I was staying alone, I was staying alone. But if somebody that buy me, all day the men that buy me, all day the men that buy me, soon the men join your side. Then the men are good men. I can't do that one there. I can't do that one there. You see, that's why I say the country not ready yet. So they say politics make strange bedfellows. That means you might go in bed with the worst people possible. I can't. I will not say too much here, but that's all I will tell you. I'm Henry Costa. I don't change. It is the people who support me that change. Today, when I'm on their side, are good men. And I'm on their side, are bad men. But that not mean changing. That they don't want changing. The only time a hero when I'm on their side. They won't join bed with devil, and I won't be with devil, then a bad man. When I stay there with them, you see, that's why the people are responsible for what they suffer. Election can, election not can, MIPA, I will not suffer. If I take part in election, and I take part in election, I will not suffer. Government job, and my pa never held government job before. My man never held government job before. Nobody ever held government job before. The people that joining you, you think they're joining you to go sit down behind the table? They won't see at the table. You think the people, they think the devil then are joining you today. What? We were causing them yesterday. They made corrupt. They made a King Kong. They all made a gorilla. Today the gorilla that was in. Today the King Kong that was in. That is the hypocrisy. And the people are the ones that can allow the politician to use them.
I want my boy guy selling deal.
The politicians they can use them because every day they see politicians will tell you say the people then wicked. Today they not get power here. They see wicked people that they are new partners then. So sometimes you sit down there. They say when your Christmas will be good, you can tell by the eve. If they are willing to do business with the same bad people today, then you sit down there, you say, oh, we just won't use the people when we win, we'll kick them one side. What side you see that one here? Biggie, they see people that join it today that didn't want to be in the cabinet Jordan tomorrow. They don't want to get a minister Jordan tomorrow. Then they see bad thing and what you say, oh, you not want for to happen, bro, no more. The same thing will happen. Because they say, monkey can leave a client behind. When you talk, then they say, oh, we need a number. We need a number. But you already get a number. The number comes from the masses. You already get the masses. The masses are already on your side. So many people, you don't need them. You don't need everybody to win. But you see, they don't like to hear those kind of things from Costa because Costa is not a politician. Costa is a patriot. A patriot. You see, they got sunshine patriot and then they get a patriot one when they reinforce it. They get reinforced patriot, they get sunshine patriot. Me, I'm the all-weather patriot. Whether a rain a shine, I'm a patriot. When a bad. When a good. I don't see it in the middle. You also don't let them fool you. I can tell you, say, oh, yeah, that election time, we need a number. When the people that come, what will say, we just got to work with them, but the same people will be running the government tomorrow. So this is not specific to any particular camp. I'm not saying this, I'm not targeting any particular camp. I'm saying across the aisle. But then the people you become friends with, they say, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. They say birds of the same feather flock together. So when the people now, I'm not comfortable to work with them. So when I name them, you call. How some people won't work with them? How can you say all day they made a parliament to more than you and the man your political allies? I'm not able to do that one there. But it's just me. Some people can say, oh, because I was waiting a year from you. We waiting a year from you. If you're not joined on board now, maybe your career will die. My career will die. a 40-year-old. If some people in career were dead before I resurrected it, I'm my own way down, I will not resurrect it. Listen, I will leave with a parable. Some people in their own career were dead before I resurrected it. When my own father, I will not resurrect it. But listen, let me tell you. Oh, my man, when you not come, boy, your career will die, your career will die. But listen, let me tell you one question. Me that want to leave with. Some people there, their own were dead before. Walking or that way Jesus rose Lazarus from the dead. So if my own died now, 2029, I will not resurrect. But in any way, I will leave. I will leave it here. Let me get a small thing so they can go talking. I will speak to the nation very soon, and I will talk some things. The nation will be shocked, and they will talk it for months and for years to come. That I can tell you. Then I will make my final decision. But I want to leave you with this. I want to leave you with this. CDC is never, ever going to get my support. Let me repeat this. All the lies they are lying and this they are saying, the day I support you, I'm going to die. I can never, ever support you. No amount of money is enough for me to support the evil that is happening against our people today. But at the same time, just because one evil is happening to us today, I will not willingly, with my eyes open, jump inside another evil. But I can never, ever support George Weah. So all that in the talking
in Cllr County, you know the way George coming in Cllr County, man. You can't be LTA officer and say you don't know. You know how George come here every time. You know those George stealers. Why are you hiding the people? Why are you whining and dining with George stealers? You cannot be LTA officer, then you keep whining and dining with George stealers. You cannot be LTA officer, you always taking your susu for George stealers. You don't put your susu. If they put bring George to the gate, you will tell them, say, if you don't want for me to prosecute you, give me 100,000. Give me 50,000. If they give you that 50,000, you put out the back of your pocket and they go scot free. The only thing like doing to your people, you suppose that your people come first. Your people come first and you're lying just to come in Cllr County, spoiling the people that you are representing, spoiling the people that you are working for. We don't have jobs. We don't have no job in Cllr County in Liberia last. But check the if we ask yourself come in put that jobs, we don't want it. All the jobs that you're putting here today, you're opening it, we'll see it with our bare eyes. I think it will be a privilege for me to see the kush just today. If I cannot see kush, it will not be point. If I cannot see marijuana, it will not be point. So every job that you're putting here today, we want to see it with our bare eyes. Thank you.
Task force from the civil society.
Thank you very much. For this man, the next one they run fair. The man will come, don't worry. All right.
All right. So you know okay, thank you very much. I'm Fairton Wisdom Gale, a representative from the student community and an illustrious son of Grand County. Let me use the opportunistic occasion to firstly appreciate the Liberia DEA Grand Detachment. But my disappointment is when I heard on radio or I heard from the columns of Grand County that the resident commander said he has no idea on the 1.5 million dollar worth of value of jobs that were left behind to him. The first thing I want you to understand that government is continuity. So anytime that somebody is living in, to even reach that far, we saw on the various social media who were present when the 1.5 million worth.
Politics, Mr. President, that's everybody's favorite. I don't know why, but our country is becoming too political. The conversation is about 2017. It started so soon. You agree?
I'm concentrating on just carrying out my presidential duties right now.
But my president, we're going to talk about 2017 a little bit, though.
Okay, well, you talk.
You're vice president. He's worked with you 2 terms, and of course, coming to the end of your term, he declared that he accepted a petition from the people of Louva County. I know in some way you have shown or expressed your intent to support him, but I just have to ask the question one more time. Where do you stand with your party and, of course, the vice president?
Look, let me be clear. It's more than hinting.
Okay.
Although there are many candidates who may make good presidents, but I say I'm supporting the vice president because I know that he's the most prepared, he's the most experienced, he's the one that's going to ensure continuity, building upon the progress we already have. Now, that's my commitment, and I believe in him. I've worked with Vice President Walker long before I became president and he became vice president.
Okay.
You know, we're working in NGO sector, you know, and so in there I learned to trust him and to respect him. I still do, and I said, despite who the opposition, the candidates, with all what they may have and all their attributes and whatnot, I say he's the best person.
And you're going to support him?
Absolutely.
And how far are you going to take that support, Madam President?
Wait now, what are you talking about?
I mean, you'll be in the trenches, in the slums, campaigning for him.
Of course.
Of course.
As the law provides.
Within the conference of the law. What do you see as his biggest ability that, you know, encourage or influence your desire to support him?
His biggest... I didn't get that.
What do you think is his biggest leadership ability? What can he bring to the table in your mind?
Experience. And not just as vice president. Don't forget, he's told his story before, and it's a very impressive story. Someone who pulled themselves up by their bootstraps, you know, who worked in institutions, who taught, who served as consultants when he didn't have a job, who worked in the Ministry of Agriculture. And let me just say that I'm also biased because...
Why?
Yeah, because he worked with my husband. My husband
you really
in the Ministry
him.
of Agriculture. So I told you I know him.
Hello folks, welcome back. Not the judge has reserved ruling or a ruling was handed down on the 2 motions, whether one was granted or all 2 were granted or they were both denied. We're trying to get updates for you. But you see people exiting, and we'll bring you first-hand information as to what transpired there in Criminal Court A, whether they were granted bail or not. We will definitely bring you up to speed. So we see Melvin Jackson is coming, and we'll see if we can talk to Melvin. He was in Criminal Court A. Quickly, we also have Aaron Talu also there for us as well. They will be bringing us all of the latest from what transpired there in Criminal Court A. So we have a vantage point here for you, so that you can clearly see the 4 defendants. That is Councillor Gloria Musu-Scott, Madam Gertu Newton, Old Lady Ude Wisner, and as well as Alice Johnson. So we are going to be in conversation with Melvin and Aaron Talu, but also posted right here. As you see, there is also heavy security presence. We see a police support unit officer with a Winchester. We also see, do see another police officer with a tear gas canister launcher there, heavily in their riot gears. There are a lot of other police officers, heavy police presence here on the grounds of the Temple of Justice. So folks, wherever you are, as we said earlier, this is a landmark case here in Liberia, especially for the nature, the stature of one of the co-defendants, that is Councillor Gloria Musu-Scott, serving in the position of and as I said, there's a landmark case in our country, especially for the positions that she occupied. Former Chief Justice, it is unprecedented in our country's history as well. We've had murder cases in Liberia. There's no secret to that. We've had several murder cases, in our country. But for one of the co-defendants to occupy such a very, very high position, especially in recent times in Liberia, that is something that is unprecedented. This case has also piqued the attention of not just the Liberian media, but also foreign media outlets as well, following this particular case. Whether or not she will remain in jail to the August term of court, as stated previously, that is yet to be seen. Whether or not ruling was handed down or ruling reserved, that is also yet to be known. We see lawyers, supporters, prosecutors, and the rest exiting Criminal Court A, at the windows and all over at the Temple of Justice here from the Supreme Court. People are peeking through the window. So what we're hearing is they've been denied bail. So they're returning to the Monrovia Central Prison. That is what we're hearing, information that is filtering in, that the 4 defendants, including the former Chief Justice, have been denied bail for the 2nd time. So hence, if that information is confirmed, then they will be returning to the Monrovia Central Prison. That is why you see the Bureau of Corrections bus is parked. It's a contrast to the first time that they were taken to the Monrovia Central Prison. They were taken on board a police pickup. This bus was not available, but now it is available to return them to the remand cells at the Monrovia Central Prison. So now the government of Liberia has struck a 3rd blow. They struck a 3rd blow in this case. Initially, the first battle was won by the former Chief Justice and her legal team when they were granted the writ of habeas corpus. Now they've been arrested, as we stated earlier. They've subsequently spent 11 nights and 10 days in incarceration there at the Monrovia Central Prison, and subsequently they've been returned. So Chokon, we have Fabine. Fabine is also well versed. She's a veteran. We will also be talking to Fabine as we're keeping our eyes, locked at the exit there. Fabine, you were in Criminal Court A. Welcome again. What transpired there? First thing first, what was the ruling for both motions?
Well, the judge denied both motions that were earlier filed by the prosecution team. Earlier, the motion for discovery was entertained, and legal arguments were entertained by both prosecution and defense. And then surprisingly, defendant Gloria Scott, well, she formed part of a legal team, and so she was arguing for 5 to 10 minutes on her behalf. And so when she closed on the argument, it was when the judge ruled on the first motion that was earlier filed, and then the second one. But then what's going to happen is that after the judge denied those motions, they took an exception, and so they will be going upstairs. They took an exception to the judge's ruling. Remember, it's only motions that they are going through and not the actual case, because she's been indicted, and so probably if she's coming back to court, that would be the August term of court. So once they took an exception to the judge's ruling, that means they are going upstairs.
To the Supreme Court.
Yeah,
Okay.
from the justice
So
in chambers.
Fabin says upstairs.
From the justice in chambers and then to the full bench. So that was just what happened.
Okay.
But the court was jam-packed, and she had several lawyers, which of course we saw 3 former associate justices forming part of a legal team. Justice Gambina Jane, Wilkins Wright, and Francis Johnson Morris were all part of the defense team, but they had a lot of lawyers. And so for prosecution, as usual, they had Lafayette Koo, Bobby Livingstone, and others that joined them. But besides that, they had other personalities that came to witness the hearing today. We had like the former Foreign Minister, Olubanki King, she was there. Former Maryland County Senator John Balu was also present. And we have Senator Boto Kane from Bapolo County, among others that were present.
Okay, we'll get back to Fabin, but we have gotten indications that the former Chief Justice and 3 other co-defendants are about to make their way from the Criminal Court A. We've been told they're wearing corrections jackets. I'm telling you, there is a very, very large media presence here as well. Everybody wants to get a glimpse. So there they are. They're exiting. They're being escorted by a corrections officer. So heavily guarded, I should tell you. They are heavily guarded. So we'll do our best to bring you shots of them. But there they are. There they are. She's wearing black hair tie. She's wearing somewhat brown African attire with a blue corrections jacket. There they are. They all wearing the corrections jacket, and they're making their way to the corrections bus as well. Heavy presence of police and corrections officers. Everybody wants to get a snapshot of the former Chief Justice and her fellow co-defendants. It's really jam-packed here. Both motions denied by the judge, and they are returning to the Monrovia Central Prison. So you see them wearing corrections and rehab jackets, blue with yellow inscription as well. So this bus is going to move at full speed. This bus is going to move at full speed as well. So they're returning to the Monrovia Central Prison. As Fabin said, they've taken an exception to the ruling. They'll be going to the Supreme Court, but until that time, they'll be waiting for the August term of court as well. So folks, there you have it. Happy New Year from the Temple of Justice.
So this is what's happening here at the Temple of Justice. The boss is leaving the premises of the Temple of Justice. As you can see, the boss is moving straight to the Monrovia Central Prison, and they are going back to prison until the case is rescheduled. Our colleague Aaron Talu has been in the courtroom, and he will come to give us updates about what actually happened in the courtroom and all of that. So it's an interesting moment here from the grounds of the Temple of Justice in Monrovia, where Councillor Gloria, Musu-Scott, and 3 others were brought before the court, and they just departed the presence of security officers of the Joint Security, the Liberia National Police, the Emergency Response Unit, and the Police Response Unit, and all of that. They were here, and they had just left, gone back to prison. We hope to talk to our colleague Aaron Talu, who has been following the matter directly in the courtroom, and will join us to give us update about this landmark case here. The entire country is interested in this matter,
and pressure groups have been calling for justice to be served, and the government of Liberia also, trying to make sure that justice is served.
Followed by the defendant herself, Gloria Musu-Scott, also took the stage today. It was a little bit surprising to me to see the accused taking stage, to plead case on behalf of herself. But that's what happened today. So that motion, there was a two motion for recovery and motion to grant her bail. So the relying was Article 21 of the 1986 Constitution, which talk about all accused, they should have bail, right? They should be placed on bail. But there is an exception. The exception is murder, right? So the defense argued that they are still trying to find evidence that will convict her. Mind you, indictment is not a form of verdict, and also police charge is not also a form of verdict, right? So the defense relies on Article 21 of the 1986 Constitution, but the phrase that has to do with murder. All other S for murder is a exception. So based on that particular phrase, the judge of criminal court A, the resident judge of criminal court A, Roosevelt Willie, says since the phrase of all other crime but exception of murder is there, so he denied the motion to grant her bail. So she's going back to prison.
So it means that they will gotta spend some more time when the case will actually proceed.
Well, mind you, this court term is almost to an end, and the next court term will be August of this year. So it could be the case might resume the next court term. But after the ruling by Roosevelt Willie, the defense counsel took an exception to the ruling, so it could be next Tuesday. The exception will also be heard in court.
So it means that maybe next Tuesday or August. What if it is not placed on the docket as you mean?
Well, this is a high-profile case, and looking at the attendance, looking at other former Chief Justice and other former Associate Justices involved with this case, and looking at the courtroom today, and this is a tension-packed case, I can tell you for free. From the argument, you see the both lawyers, they were agitated. To be specific, lawyer for the government angle, Bobby Livingstone, when he took the stage, Bobby Livingstone represent the prosecution, he represent the government of Liberia. He was so agitated. According to him, we're talking about somebody losing their life and people talking about bail. So this is a tension-packed case, and this case will be placed on the next court docket based on the individual who involved, the character involved in this particular case.
Aaron, you have been covering the court, and they said law precedent is one of the original law precedent. The issue about Councillor Gloria Scott taking the stand instead of taking the witness stand, because she was actually pleading on behalf of herself.
Yeah, so like I earlier told you, I was a little bit astonished by Councillor Gloria Scott herself, taking the stage to argue, in her own interest. This, since I started covering this place, this is first of a kind for me to see the accused, taking the podium, to argue certain provision within the law on her own behalf.
What do you think about that?
So the first thing is the accused has not been disbarred. She has not been found guilty of any crime. She's still a lawyer that has been, inducted by the Supreme Court of Liberia, so she can argue in any court of competent jurisdiction. So people advise against it, but it can be done. Even if you opt to.
So we say why you base your argument on? Because you are indicted, you've been accused, you've been charged,
you are not guilty.
To prison.
You are not guilty. She's on remand. Yeah, she's not convicted of any crime. She's on remand because, according to the law, she and the three others are deemed as a threat to society. So she's still a lawyer, she's still a counselor. She has not been disbarred, as I said. She can stand in any court of competent jurisdiction and defend herself if that is going to provide her sufficient defense to exonerate herself.
So what the essence of hiring lawyer if you're going to argue in court by yourself?
Because The other lawyers are there. They come up with different ideas. They do different researches, but they all meet as a defense team to strategize. So you find out that a person might have a team of lawyers. Every lawyer is good at one thing, or there are lawyers who are good at every other thing, but there are certain lawyers who are good at opening arguments. You understand? There are lawyers who are good at closing arguments. They can argue to close. There are other lawyers who can argue during the entire course of the trial, and there are others who will provide you documentation, research, other ideas. You know, they're good at researching, they're good at finding out things. There are others who are just paralegals, and they're on your legal team. So it is done. It's allowed. It's allowed. Once, that is not going to take away from you, because one of the things you should look at is if you are incarcerated, assuming she was her own lawyer without any other lawyer, you know, supporting her, she will be given all of the evidence that the state has got to review. She will be given all legal books and documentations that she needs to defend herself, because you cannot go in to defend yourself at a disadvantage.
But I'm a bit surprised because during the impeachment case of
that is where our coming of
the former Associate Justice Kabina Janet at the Liberian Senate,
lawyers were hired.
There was a lawyer who represented his interest, even though it was alleged, right, that he did a particular act, but there was a lawyer who represented his interest. But this is a murder case. Somebody's life lost in this process, and you know, life under our constitution is very germane.
It is all about what advice you get from your legal team, and if you accept that advice. So others might have advised the impeached and former Associate Justice against defending himself, you know, against defending himself, or he thought that it wasn't worth the sort of defending himself, so he rather sit and watch what is going on. Again, she has not lost her license to practice as a lawyer.
Sure.
That is why she asked the question whether the arrest warrant had taken away all of her constitutional rights. She is still a lawyer. She is, until she can be convicted and subsequently disbarred. Then she cannot stand in any court of competent jurisdiction to defend herself.
But this is a very rare situation.
This case has got a lot of rarities to it. Former Chief Justice, former NEC head, former Maryland County Senator. She served at the Governor's Commission as well. Justice Minister. I mentioned that, right? Constitutional Reform Commission. So just look at the profile. For modern Liberia or contemporary Liberia after the civil crisis, this is the second, if not in terms of criminal cases now, this is the first highest profile case after our civil crisis. We had Kabina Janet case, former Associate Justice, that was more, you know, political. You know, it had the Senate serving as the jury and all of that. It didn't come here, you know, at the temple of justice. It was done as the Senate serving as the jurors. That is different. But when it comes to high profile, even in Africa, this case ranks. Not the highest per se. We had a president in South Africa, you know, being put on trial. You know, we've had presidents being put on trial in Africa. But in modern Africa, this case also ranks up there in that top echelon as well. So you see a lot of rarities. You see a lot of firsts. And as you said, this case is going to be fast-tracked. And for me, I'm particularly waiting for the real trial. This is not the actual trial. No. This is just the movements trying to get a legal remedy. You know, when the actual trial begins, whether they granted bail or not, there will be an actual trial. I'm willing and I'm waiting to see the arguments, to listen to the arguments, the counter-arguments, the evidence, the forensics and all of those things. I'm waiting to see the kind of caliber of lawyers going against each other, what kind of legal statutes and procedural law they'll be using and referencing. This case is up there to not just to serve justice, but also to serve us a lesson in our Liberian jurisprudence.
And that's why we're looking up to
for a few days and weeks. For what I saw, you know, from this court ground, I can see that the defense counsel must ask for change of venue. Because looking at what I saw today in courtroom and looking at what you saw here, you have police officers, you have people with guns. I can see that this case might go somewhere.
Well, whether a change of venue is, we talked about this during the first day when they were brought in to be taken to South Beach. we talked about a change of venue as well. A change of venue applies when there is significant public opinion. If it is going to be a bench trial, if it's going to be a bench trial, you don't necessarily need a change of venue because you rely on the knowledge of the judge that he or she is not going to be influenced. You know, if it is going to be a jury trial, that is where change of venue is very important, because then you don't want to draw a jury that has already been impacted by the public opinion, you know, by what is being said out there concerning the case, and the safety as well of the defendants is also taken into consideration when you're applying for change of venue. You know, so whether or not a change of venue, you know, request will be put in, a petition to change the venue, and if that will be granted as well, you must provide enough reasons why you think, you know, a venue should be changed from one to the other. So folks, we have to wrap up. We have to wrap up. We'd love to say thank you to Aaron Talu. We'd love to say thank you to Chokon Flama. Chirasi Joe is on cameras. What we can confirm to you, the police are also leaving.
Yeah, you know, this government, I don't know what this government actually looking for. Up to present, up to now, this government have not been able for them to be able to present the premium facts, the facts. They have indicted the learned counselor. The counselor asked them yesterday in court for their evidence against her and the 3 other people, because they are 4. The government lawyer keeps saying that they are still looking for evidence. Then why? That's the reason why the learned counselor referred them to the 1986 constitutions. But I see the reason why the judge did not grant them that motion. Because it says that all others except murder. So I believe in my own mind that judge was right. That judge was right. For that judge to not be able to grant them bail, because it says that all others except murder. But here is a murder case. Here is a murder case without evidence. The evidence is not before the court. The evidence which the learned counselor Gloria Musu-Scott asked for, they keep saying that they are still looking for evidence. Then why keep the people in prison? If you're still looking for evidence, then why keep the woman, the lady, in prisons? Folks, I think you know, Gloria Musu-Scott, that woman, she is a genius. For that woman, you hear it from the guys. That woman spent 10 minutes in defending herself. 10 minutes in defending herself. This case will either be thrown outside because it have no magnitude. Their case have no magnitude. I strongly believe that those windshield washers, seditions, they did it for reasons. They did this for a reason. You have no evidence. You have no evidence. Why keep the woman in prison? Can't talk about we are still looking for evidence. Bobby and all saying that we are still looking for evidence on the case because that case is a murder case. And so what? And that was the reason why the learned justice, she said that I will take it up. We'll go upstairs. We'll go to the Supreme Court. Let them look at her bench. Let them look at into the case. If you don't have evidence, I'm supposed to be released on bail. When you get the evidence, bring it in. Bring it to the court. When you get evidence, bring it to the court. But as far as I'm concerned, without evidence and you keep me in prison, you infringe on my movements. And I can see Gloria Musu-Scott suing the people heavily. I can see that. First, keep your call coming out on 21 on our number here on 763 283 6903. Once more, keep your call coming out on 763 283 6903. Yeah, but if I was thinking that the government have evidence against Cllr Gloria Musu-Scott. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Indictment is not an evidence. Indictment, so they are infringing on Cllr Gloria Musu-Scott and the three others. They are saying that they are dangerous to society. Are you freaking killing me? Cllr Gloria Musu-Scott is dangerous to society? So because of that, they should keep being in prison until then. And that is the reason why I like this lady. The lady said will take her upstairs. Will meet to the Supreme Court. Infringing on it. I thought that the case that the government have substantial evidence. That's all I have been thinking. But the government does not have evidence. They keep basing the argument on hearsay and they say. It shocked me. It shocked. The courthouse was jam-packed. When the judge asked for evidence, folks, keep your call coming out on 21 on 763 283 6903. Yeah. Oh, I have been thinking that this government, they have evidence because you falsely accuse. You falsely accuse a learned counselor. What the fuck wrong with Joshua and his people? What the fuck wrong with Joshua and his people? Also, you guys does not have evidence against Gloria Musu-Scott, and you guys say that you guys charge her with murder. You guys does not have evidence, but you guys charge her without any evidence, and you guys charge her with murder case. I am surprised. That case will be thrown out of the window. For the fact that a learned counselor, and that was the reason why counselor, let me take another caller here. Caller, hold on. Yeah, hold on, caller, hold on. Caller, what is your name and why are you calling her from?
Yeah, my name is Maurice Masako, calling from Belgium. How are you?
I'm doing quite okay. What's your take on the Cllr Gloria Musu-Scott case?
You know my take is, let me be honest with you, you're very stupid human being, and you're fucking mother.
You does not have evidence. You don't have evidence, and then you charge the people with murder case. Where are any evidence? Where are any evidence you charge them with murder case? Why in the world you are seeing that? Where in the world you have seen that? Someone charged. Indictment is not evidence. They are saying that Cllr Gloria Musu-Scott is dangerous to society. Cllr Gloria Musu-Scott is dangerous to society, so she cannot be free. That's what Bobby Livingston is saying. That the learned counselor, someone who ruled on many cases. She served as justice minister. This lady served as chief justice. That lady served as National Election Commission chair. That lady served as senior senator for Maryland. And then you come, the Constitution Review Commissions, the woman served on it. And then you come here with your wheelchair washer argument saying that lady, she is dangerous to society. Bobby, are you killing me? Bobby Livingston saying that the counselor is dangerous to society. So because of that, the counselor should be in jail. And that was the reason the counselor said to him. And you all watch the counselor when she was getting into the bus. She put her thumb out like this. Their case will be thrown out of the window. Trust me. Their case will be thrown out of the window. We have understand that the electors, we understand the tricks. Okay, you don't have evidence, then why keep that is the caution that the institution don't like to answer. Woman who served the country all directions, and then you come out to say that that woman is dangerous to society, so because of that you cannot, so because of that the woman cannot be free. Keep your call coming out on 763. Keep your call coming out on 763 283 6903. Once more, 763 283 6903. That is the number to call to be part of the Magnificent Abraka Talk Show. Or you can better call us on your WhatsApp on 215 266 6009. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello.
Like to praise him. We hope to talk to our colleague Aaron, and pressure groups have been called
on the motion filed by the Defense Council, headed by Councillor Augustine Fire. Councillor Augustine Fire he was the regime, and he held a team today, but he was not.
Brother AB.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, thank you so much for the show, and I like the topic, and I just called to make my input.
Make your input, my brother.
Yeah, my name is Roland Yima, and I call from North Dakota.
Go ahead, Mr. Yima.
Yeah, you see, I want to be very, very straight up here. This particular case is political than legal, and let me say this. The CDC government, they just did not start this thing today.
Mm-hmm.
Just because Liberians, we've come from, over 15 years of civil conflict, Our people have died. We suffered too long. People went into refugee camps. We saw what happened in the dark days, during the days of Samuel Doe and Charles Taylor, where they chased people, political opponents out of the country. Now these guys are reverted to the same old order. Look, watch the play. It is not just Gloria they began with. The first, when they took over, you saw the hunt to get Cabinet Janet from the Supreme Court bench, because in their mind they feel that Cabinet Janet was one who was in favor of the United Party, and if cases are gone, or if any case are gone to the Supreme Court bench, Cabinet Janet, you saw from the election, Cabinet Janet had a dissenting opinion. They didn't like it. They purported lies and put together to impeach Cabinet Janet. They pushed it and they succeeded. Another tough person they went after was Brandon Samuka. Brandon Samuka, this guy, when it comes to security, he's been one of those tough person. Even Madam Salif strongly believes in him. Okay, they calculated and said if this guy enters the Senate, it will be another tough game for us. Let us go after him. They fought him until they ensure that they landed him in the court, and they prevented him from taking seat, and they succeeded. The next target now is Councillor Gloria Musu-Scott, who has been a strong lawyer for the United Party. Yes. So all these things are not happening because it is an event. It is not an event. It is something that these guys have calculated, and they have gradually, succeeding in their plans. So our people who are in opposition, the United Party and other people, they gotta be very, very smart to know what is going on.
No, but you listen to their case. No, they got that was the reason why indictment does not mean that evidence. In that you can indict someone except if you have to prove evidence by all costs, especially murder case. It requires substantial evidence that can be able to convince the judge, or that can be able to convince the jury.
Right.
So until Councillor Gloria Musu-Scott can be found guilty, she is allowed to defend herself in court. You listen to Councillor Gloria Musu-Scott teams of lawyers.
Look,
men.
My brother, those people don't have no evidence. Look, the first thing, do you know how many murders that have occurred in the country? From Matthew Innes to the four auditors. This government know how to prosecute and investigate murder cases and all the. Look at just the most recent with Princess Copper, where her body was found, and they even went CC cameras and they got video of outage. What happens to the investigation? But we've seen them, we're watching them. Okay? Just because everybody want to be peaceful doesn't mean people are stupid.
Yeah.
Okay? But look, what is doing that, right? This woman is the one who is a victim of her child being, murdered.
I'm telling you.
This woman has raised alarm 2 times, complained, reported to the police. They sat there, they didn't institute any action until look at what they did at the Ministry of Information, where the investigator from the CID came out and said, brought a diagram to show that is not an evidence. Where is the evidence that presume that this woman is liable? Where is the culpable cost? What is the intent? These are things that you should be bringing forth to the court based on what we know or from our investigation. This is the intent before, because murder occur of a murderer commit a murder crime. There should be an initial intent. What is the reason?
Thank you.
What is the reason? Then you start to go back to history. Has the person been involved?
But what more looking confusing to me is that Bobby Livingstone is saying that the Leonard councillor is dangerous to society. That what Bobby said yesterday in court, that the councillor is dangerous to society, so they cannot be able to grant her bail. Are you freaking killing me?
My brother, let me tell you, these people do not have no case, honestly speaking. This woman is being hurt, and they just intend to hurt her more further, all because of her political participation, right? And they think that she has played more role into political governance. So they're looking for a way to get at her. But we'll see. We are watching. At the end of the day, that case will be thrown outside. We hope that they don't intend to drag it further, because we know October 10 is not too far. So they are doing all those things to keep the opposition, focused in different direction. Okay, but notwithstanding October 10, Gloria will be out.
Thank you.
Quite clear. Thank you so much, my brothers.
Thank you. Keep your call coming out on 763-283-6903. Once more, 763-203-6903. Once more, keep your call coming out on 763-283-6903. That is the number to call to be part of the Magnificent Abraka Talk Show. Let me take another caller here. Caller, what is the name and where are you calling from?
Oh, this is Jerry Dobley calling from Worcester, Mass. How you doing, AB?
I'm doing good. And you?
Yeah, it's going for life.
Go ahead.
First of all, thank you for the show. You see, bro, AB, what is happening in our country is something I can really be thinking, who is really advising this government?
I'm telling you.
Yes. Because some of the things, just sit down and use your common sense. I want no boat being inside of that Zoom. You that down there, I accuse you for something, I mean, I already get the evidence.
Yeah. Especially that murder case.
Yeah. I accuse you, I put you in jail. We go to court, I get provided evidence. Then why I keeping you in jail? Number one, you deny my right. Yeah, you must first have the evidence before you take me to jail. Yeah. When you take me to jail, when we come in court now, you must provide all the evidence. But you didn't do anything like that, but I just keeping you in jail. Then I playing on your right. So, my brother, they play our country going now, my brother. Like what I can tell the people back home. They want to require no book. If you don't get the back home, they want to call dress up. If you don't get dress up in your room, put water in a big tub and look at your shallow in the water. And look at your voting card. You see them a voting card here? It don't cup of rest. It don't $20. It's the feature of my unborn children. If you don't get children, you see, it's the feature of the country. It's the feature of anything I need in the country. My voter just piece or something. So you have to sit down and think. You can't get the responsibility of a government, my brother. Even in America, that everybody fighting to come. You have to create avenue for a citizen.
I'm telling you.
Avenue, that means you open the door for everybody. This is why in America they get Walmart, Stop and Shop. They get every area, the place you want to go.
But when one more confusing to me is is Bobby Livingstone. He is saying that the councillor is dangerous to society. That Bobby said now. He said the councillor is dangerous to society, so they cannot allow the councillor to get born.
My brother, look, you see the problem. You see the problem, my brother. Some people say they're lame or they are foolish into society. You can't be no lame person. Then any of the day you know the thing when and then you say it's black. I want going on in Liberia now. So people who call themselves lawyer, within themselves they know what is defending is not the right thing. But they're doing that, number one, to protect their family member and to protect whatsoever they will get from that person. That's what they doing all the thing for. Yeah. So that's what they doing all the thing. So the people, my brother, look, our people need to start thinking. For I always appealing to them. Somebody can be watching your back, my brother. You can watch your own stomach. If you ever overlook anything in your life, this 2023, there's not anything to overlook. You have to sit down and start thinking. George, you be ungrateful to the people, but just making the man president. You know how many people they want to want like up today? They go in a mansion just by kicking football and make you president. That's great opportunity for if I job here. I just pack my Satoka. I say, my people, you thank you for the opportunity you gave me. My people, yeah, your country there. But people running, these are people that are fooling because why they want to benefit. Can you imagine Jefferson Kuti? What were you to eat Gary Joko? In Cabra Estate, there one woman that got my honey. I bought kind of, you know, buy a Gary woman, give me more water. Can you imagine that sitting million for Mosera when they're walking, yeah, say rising on it, I say local power. So these are some of the things. Somebody who had no asset, my brother, you tell the person you get a government job. So that man will always be on the defensive side. Like what happened to our country? Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happening. What happened? So our people need to start thinking for themselves. Nobody will think for you. For all I mean, I can tell people, my brother, go on our side. We are on the side, my brother. We're not suffering. They breathe, we get water to drink. Yeah. Even if you don't want well, they get something in the country, they got unemployment. Even your wealth, they can give you what they think full sale. All they want it. So our people, for me, I continue to appeal to them. They left here, you have to decide for yourself. What is think okay for you, that's what you go for. Yeah, nobody will beg you. So, brother, they're about sitting behind that telephone. If you are putting your hour time, you know how many money you getting. That effort you applying for them. But someone else will not listen. Okay. They say, oh, the people fully. Can you imagine they calling someone on internet citizen and then look at you and laugh? So, brother, thank you for the show. Let me leave.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. You can keep your now we just take only 2 more call. You can keep your call coming out on 763-283-6903. Once more, 763-283-6903. That is the number to call to be part of the Manefson Abraka Talk Show. We have my sister Fatumata Onuma. Fatumata, how you doing? My sister for long. We're having Zena B. Gibson. My friend and brother, how you doing? So keep your call coming out on 763-283-6903. Once more, 763-283-6903. Or you can better call us on 215-266-6509. That is the number to call to be part of the Manefson Abraka Talk Show. And now I was confused. I saw the councillor going to jail. All are thinking that they done it. They're having substantial evidence. Enough of evidence against the well-learned councillor. Anyway, let me play you guys Monday the Akita once more, the late, and then from there we'll be taking a goodbye.
Politics, Mr. President, that's everybody's favorite. I don't know why, but our country is becoming too political. The conversation is about 2017. It started so soon, you agree?
I'm concentrating on just carrying out my presidential duties right now.
But my president, we're going to talk about 2017 a little bit though.
Okay, well, you talk.
You're vice president. He's worked with you 2 terms, and of course, coming to the end of your term, he declared that he accepted a petition from the people of Lofa County. I know in some way you have shown or expressed your intent to support him, but I just have to ask the question one more time. Where do you stand with your party and, of course, the vice president?
Look, let me be clear. It's more than hinting.
Okay.
Although there are many candidates who may make good presidents, but I say I'm supporting the vice president because I know that he's the most prepared, he's the most experienced, he's the one that's going to ensure continuity, building upon the progress we already have. Now, that's my commitment, and I believe in him. I've worked with Vice President Walker long before I became president and he became vice president.
Okay.
You know, we're working in NGO sector, you know, and there I learned to trust him and to respect him. I still do, and I said, despite who the opposition, the candidates, with all what they may have and all their attributes and whatnot, I say he's the best person.
And you're going to support him?
Absolutely.
And how far are you going to take that support, Madam President?
Wait now, what are you talking about?
I mean, you'll be in the trenches, in the slums, campaigning for him.
Of course.
Of course.
As the law provides.
Within the conference of the law. What do you see as his biggest ability?
That how we'll let to come to the very end of the Maneson Abraka talk show. Be with us tomorrow. By God's willing, we'll be paying host to the MMA, the Minnesota Mandingo chapter. We're paying host to them, and they will be live with us here in studio tomorrow at 9 p.m. We're going to be discussing their conventions. Minnesota is hosting this year Musu-Scott conventions. So we are going to be having them for them to come and tell us what are the things that our guests to expect, what are the things that they have not done in other chapter that they have done in Minnesota here, that they have deemed necessary, that they have given them a slot to host this year convention. What is it that they are going to do new? What is it that they are going to be into place? As I learned that FEMUSA is no longer operating on a chapter basis by bringing your chapter members. It is by voting individuals who come to the convention. So I'm also to everyone, I can tell you for free, be our guest tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be jam-packed here. We are going to be discussing varieties of issues that run in the Mandingo community. You know, Mandingo is not just in Liberia. Mandingo is in tons and tons of West African countries. It is Malay. Mandingos is speaking in Guinea. Mandingos is speaking in Ivory Coast. Mandingos is speaking in Burkina Faso, in Mali, in Senegal. So they have all these places that people speak Mandingo. So we're going to be having the guys in here tomorrow for them to be able to tell us what is it. So for now, that I will let you leave you on this note.
Rescue Nation will win. Baka will win, oh. Baka will win, oh. Everybody knows say Baka will win. Hey, Baka will win. Everybody knows say that Baka will win. Baka will win, oh. Baka will win, oh. Everybody knows say that Baka will win. Hey, Baka will win. Breaking heart, breaking heart. Kaya pepe, breaking heart, breaking heart, breaking heart. Bring the bamboo down, the bamboo down. Bring the bamboo down, 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 down. Bring the bamboo down, the bamboo down. Bring the bamboo down, 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 down. Give them pressure, give them pressure. Baka give them pressure, give them pressure. Baka give them pressure, give them pressure. Baka give them pressure. Baka will win, oh.
Papa that will hear our people. We tired with the children. We tired with the suffering. We tired with the hardship. We don't want no more pity. We don't want no more fighting. Resolution here with freedom. Now the Papa we want no. JMP we want no.
When you up, you are up. When you up, you are up. And when you down, you are down. When you down, you are down. When you down, you are down. When you up, you are up. When you up, you are up. When you up, you are up. You be, you be, you be, you be, you be, you be. Awa, awa. You be awa, awa. You be awa, awa. You be awa, awa. Baka when we know. Baka when we know. Everybody knows say baka when we. Hey, baka when we. Everybody knows say that baka when we. Baka when we know. Oh me baka when we know. Everybody knows say that baka when we. Hey, baka when we. Hey, baka when we. Hey, baka when we. Hey, baka when we. Baka when we. Hey, baka when we. Win, he will win. Oh man, baka will win. He will win. Rescue mission will win.